What's up, everyone? Welcome to the video. So maybe you've wondered in the past, can you train 7 days a week and still make progress? And whatever your reasons for wanting to be in the gym more, I get it. Going to the gym every day makes you feel good, can help set you up for a more happier, positive, productive day. And it's great for your mental health. So whether or not you can actually train 7 days a week and still make progress is going to vary from person to person. Me personally, I like to do 6 days on with at least one day off just to give my body and mind a break. However, there have been a couple instances where, maybe I just had stuff going on and I really was motivated to be in the gym more because I needed that outlet, if you will. So I've gone multiple weeks straight training 7 days a week and I didn't change my training at all. Kept training hard, heavy, and during that time, I still made progress, still increased the weight, and I wasn't burnt out after. I wasn't like struggling to lift or anything. And I mean, I train hard, I train with intensity, I train with a lot of volume, but there's a couple of different factors you have to consider here. For one thing, I've been training with a lot of volume and intensity for a long time, so my body's acclimated to it. The other thing is the program setup. Generally, the way I have it set up right now is I'm hitting everything twice, but there's about 48 to 72 hours in between each specific muscle group that's trained. So even though I might be training 7 days a week, each individual muscle group is still getting adequate rest in between when it's trained the next time. And it goes without saying, proper nutrition and sleep is essential. Doesn't matter how many days you're training, sleep, nutrition, program, structure, everything works together. Now, I was training 7 days a week simply because, the gym makes me feel good, helps me get into a more positive mindset. And, at that time, I needed that. But in terms of just regular, everyday bodybuilding goals, your progress, 7 days a week training is not going to necessarily be any better than 5 or 6 days or 3 or 4 days. And I think that having at least one recovery day a week is beneficial because you have to look at it in the long term as well. Even if you're making muscle and strength gain, you have to consider your tendons, your ligaments, your joints. Weight training, especially when you're going heavy, it takes a toll on your body. Now, individual recovery time can vary from person to person. Obviously there's people who maybe they take 2 to 3 days off per week. I've done that, but for me, I want to be in the gym more, but I do also recognize that the importance and value in having at least one day off. But I did want to make this video because I know that there's probably other people out there like me who just like being in the gym because it makes them feel good. It's not just about building muscle, it's the mental health benefits. So, if it's supposed to be your day off, but maybe you just feel you need to be in the gym because it helps you deal with whatever you're dealing with, I don't think that's always a bad thing. So to summarize, sure, some people might be able to train 7 days a week without having it hinder their progress. How long they can sustain it is a different story. This is kind of an individualized thing. Nobody can say with certainty what somebody's results would be like. Now, on the other hand, you can also have people who, training 7 days a week would just be way too much. I mean, for some people, even training 5, 6 days a week might be too much. Again, recovery time is going to vary from person to person. And that's why I favor a personalized approach to bodybuilding. So essentially trying different things out in the gym for a period of time, evaluating your results, and then learning how your body responds to training, what you can do, what works. For me, I know that if I feel like I want to train 7 days a week, I can do it without having it derail my progress. But for other people, skipping a rest day might hinder their progress. In addition to learning about your body and how you respond to training, how you progress, I think that listening to your body is also important, right? How do you feel? Those are, I think, the best indicators when trying to determine, what you should be doing is actually listening to your body and how you're responding to the training and how you feel, how you're performing. When I trained for 7 days a week for such a stretch of time, because I knew I was still making progress, that's why I wasn't really worried about it. But, if you started skipping rest days and, you just weren't feeling well, even outside the gym. You know, maybe you're more sore, more aches and pains, very tired and stuff, then, you know, that's an obvious sign that your body needs more recovery time. And these concepts that I'm talking about here with, you know, listening to your body, you know, this can apply to your everyday training and recovery. You know, wondering, you know, how many rest days should you take? How much volume should I do? How much intensity? You know, going based off how you feel and evaluating results are really good indicators as to whether what you're doing is working for you or not. That's why I don't base my training and approach to bodybuilding just based off studies or science. Because while they have their place and they can be a good source of information to start from, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean everyone's going to be the same. So that's why I think part of what you got to do is essentially, you know, conducting your own studies on yourself and learning what works for you. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, throw them down below. I'd love to hear from you. For those of you who have recently subscribed to my channel, appreciate you. I'd love to hear what videos you might want to see. I know I covered a couple different topics on my channel, so, you know, I want to make sure I'm putting out enough content for each individual subscriber, depending whatever you're here for. But appreciate you all watching. Thanks so much. I'll see you all next time.